Hi guys, this is Carolyn with Crafting with Wine, and I wanted to come on and do a quick tutorial video on downloading and installing fonts on your PC to have uploaded into your Cricut design space. And what you're looking at right now is I'm on the website dafont.com. That's D as in David, A, F as in Frank, ONT.com, dafont.com. And I'm getting ready to download the font that is called Walking Stones. You can see that there. It's kind of a cool, or I think it's a very cool font with some excuse me, some neat looking calligraphy about it. So if you can see this here, let me try to move my camera a little bit. You can see here that it says Walking Stones. Over here it says download. And what I'm going to do is just click the download button. And it's downloading, and you can see here that my computer now has asked me, how do I want to save this font? See there, it says save as, and here's how I always do it. When I go here, I move it up, I click my desktop icon. You can see that it highlighted because I want to save it to my desktop. Now I'm going to go down here and hit the save button. Now if you can see, and I'm sorry for all the camera movement, if you see right here, it's saying Walking Stones, and it's showing the file is zipped. I'm going to take my mouse right over here and click on it. And if you can tell, it opened up all of this here. Now, what I'm going to do at this point, you see it came up with terms and in license user agreement, Walking Stones personal use, and then Walking Stones PNG file, and the one in the center is called True Type Font File. I'm going to click on that one. It's highlighted, as you can see. If you see up here, it says extract all, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to extract all, and you see the other pop-up window that just popped up. Now I'm just going to click extract. Now when I'm doing several of these types of files or fonts that I'm downloading, I'm now just going to close out of that. So don't want to get ahead of myself here. I'm going to close out of it. Now I'm back to my DaFont screen. I keep a little side scratch pad and I write down what fonts I'm downloading onto my computer system, because this is actually going into my computer, not design space. At this point, this is going to be fonts that are on my system. So just real quick, I'm just going to scroll down and see if there was anything else that I wanted to see. And down here there's a button that says all the new fonts. I'm going to click that tab real quick and see what else I may want to download. And as you can see as I'm scrolling down to what they are. Now, don't mean to make anybody sick there, but I want to scroll up because this Armadillo, I think that's really pretty too. And this is a nice calligraphy script font. So I'm going to go ahead and write down Armadillo on my little scratch pad because I'm going to go ahead and download it as well. So just so you can see, and I'm sorry if I'm making anybody sick. Don't mean to. I'm not a very good camera operator. I'm going to click the download button. And then my pop-up comes up again. So with that, I already know that it should be going straight to my desktop, but I'm going to check it again just to be sure. And then I'm going to hit save. And while it's working on that, I'm trying to zoom in here again to show you. Right there it says Amarillo Zip. And then you see it's got the little up arrow. I'm just going to click on it again. It opened up for me again. Oh, focus, camera, focus. So, and there it is. And up here, I'm just going to go up here again after I click my true type font file and hit extract. And then it's asking me what I want to do, and I want to extract. And I'm clicking the extract button. Now it already went back, so it's already done it for me. So I'm going to close out. I'm going to hit the red X and close out. So now I have the Amarillo and I have the Walking Stones font that I have now downloaded onto my computer system fonts. So with that, I'm good with that. And these fonts are all supposed to be for personal use. If you want to use these fonts to sell your designs, you actually need to buy a business license for those. I don't know what the cost is because I have not done that with any of the fonts that I'm using because I sell very few of the designs that I make. And when I do, they're fonts that I own. Now, while you're into font, you can see that you can search by themes, new fonts, authors, and then many different things, and then you can search alphabetically by the name of the font. So what I'm going to do here right now is I'm going to click on the themes. You can see that I'm highlighting it there, and I've clicked on it. So what I'm going to do is look at what themes I may want. Okay, I have closed out of the font. I don't know what quite happened to my camera there, but I had also downloaded a third font, which is called Wizard's Magic. I'm on the desktop of my computer right now, and you see my files now that I have on here. And these are the files that I had just downloaded, the font files. You see here is Walking Stones, and you'll see that I have two Walking Stones. This file folder here is zipped. You see that it's got the zipper on it. This one up here is not. That's because I'd already unzipped it. Now that I'm on my desktop, I'm going to click this. I'm going to open it up. Now let me move the camera here so you can see a little better. And what it's asking of me right now, if I can try not to zoom you out too far, but far enough to where you can see everything. There is up here what you want to do. Let me zoom back in. I'm going to click the True Type font file again. And here I'm going to double click it. And you see all of this that pops up. That's showing me the font of what I've chose. Now I have yet to install it onto my Cricut or onto my system fonts. So what I'm going to do is go right up here, right here, and click the install button. So I'm going to now install it onto my system. Now my system popped up a message and asked if I wanted to allow this to happen. And yes, I do want that to happen. And I know now that it has finished installing, so I'm going to exit out of all of it. I'm going to go back down now on my icons here, and I'm going to choose the Armadillo, the one that is not zipped, the one that is unzipped. I'm going to do the exact same thing. Click on True Type font file, double click it, and again hit the install button. Yes, I want it to happen. And it now has finished installing. During this whole time, I have not had Cricut or Design Space opened. It has been completely closed out, and that's exactly the way I want it. Now I'm going to do Wizard's Magic the same way and install it. And yes, that's what I want to do. Now it has been installed. So now we're going to open up Cricut Design Space. Okay, we've got Cricut Design Space opening up. For some reason, my internet's moving slow today. Sorry about that. And I'm going to go down here and just click on New Project. Now, we're going to head over here to the left side of the screen. And I'm going to choose Add Text. Now you can see my text box has opened up. Let's just type in something. Happy Holidays. Now you'll see what I've got in my text box. As long as my text box there and I haven't done any editing or saving of this, then I can always go back and change my font. Even after I do changes to the font, as long as I have it particularly saved it. So, Happy Holidays is the Cricut font that is the default that came up. The font is what came up as the default. So we're going to move over to the right hand side of the screen. Let me try to zoom you in here so that you can see a little better. Sorry, I'm not a camera operator. I'm trying. And what I'm going to do, you'll see Layers, Edit, Sync, and Canvas. I'm going to click the Edit. Now you see it comes up as all fonts. If you hit that drop down menu, you can choose what fonts you want to see. System Fonts, Cricut Fonts, single layer, or has a writing style. I'm just going to keep it on all fonts. Cricut Alphabet is the default font. And then you can do the drop down menu of this one says regular, and this is how the font will look. You can do regular, bold, italic, writing, and writing italic. Oh, I hit bold and I didn't mean to. So what I'm going to do is just go back and just go to regular, keep it at regular. Now I'm going to hit the drop down menu to choose my font style. And I have a lot of fonts in here, so it takes mine a couple of minutes to open up. Okay, my drop down menu now has come up. And what I'm going to do is I downloaded Walking Stones, I downloaded Amarillo, and Wizard's Magic. So I'm just going to scroll down my list here. I'll try to go slower so I don't make anybody sick. And all the Cricut fonts are in alphabetical order. And there's Amarillo right there. That's the one I just downloaded. I'm going to click on it. You can see here that it is working. It finished working because I didn't get it over in time. And here's what my Happy Holidays looks like in the Amarillo font. It's got some cute curly hues and so forth on it as well. Now, can you see that it's pretty much a script style font? It is a script style font, as you can see. And you see how it's all far apart, not attached, and it doesn't look right. We wouldn't want to put that on anything looking like that. So let me zoom you out for just a second. What I'm going to do is go back over to the right hand side of my screen. Now let me zoom you in, if I can find the correct button. Unfortunately, let me try to tilt you down a little bit. You see there that it says letter spacing, and right now it says 9.71. What we're going to do with this letter spacing is hit the down arrow and just keep hitting it. You want to give it a few minutes for your font to change. I'm going to click it a few more times. Couple more times. Now I'm just trying to get it, because as I'm clicking this, I'm looking at what my font's doing. Now, you see there now, it's at a negative 25.25 point for letter spacing. Now let's go over and look at my actual font that I've just done. Or text, I'm sorry. Now you see there that it looks all put together and looks really nice now. And that's because we edited the letter spacing. And you can do letter spacing first before you go in and have to ungroup everything and do it that way. And you still want to, but you just don't have to do as much. Because here, right now, I'm pretty happy with the way Happy looks. With the exception of the A in happy, it's a little too close to the H. So from there, I would, I'll just show you what I'll do. Because in holidays, I like the way everything looks except for the O and the S. So let's go back over to our layers panel. Let me see if I can zoom out and for you guys still to be able to see. Okay, I'm going to head over to the layers panel now. And right now, everything is still grouped together. So I'm going to go down to the bottom of my screen on the bottom right hand side. And you see that ungroup button? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to ungroup. Now I've clicked it. Now that I've clicked it, all the letters will move independently. So what I'm going to do right now is just choose the A only in happy. I'm going to use the arrow keys on my keyboard, and I'm going to move my A with my arrow keys. I'm going to click off of it for a second. Now I kind of moved the A too far, I think, or maybe not. It may be that my P's now need to be moved a little. So that's what I'm going to do, is choose each one and move them just a little bit. And if you use your arrow keys, then you keep everything on the same plane, so you're not losing any part of what you're doing. And I'm going to move the Y in happy a little bit. Now the H, I want to move a little closer. And I think that looks good with happy. So now what I'm going to do is select all of happy. You saw me draw my box around it. And I'm going to go down and hit the group button. Now all of happy is grouped together, so I don't have to worry about it because it looks the way that I want it to look. So I'm just going to kind of move it up here out of the way for just a second. Now we're going to go over to holidays and work a little bit on the holidays section. With this, I'm going to start with my Y because I want to move it a little closer to my S. Now I need to move the S a teeny little bit. And now I've got it right where I want it. Now I'm going to do the A. Uh-oh. Hit the wrong arrow key. I hit the up and down instead of the left and right. And I want the left and right. And this is so much easier with just using your arrow keys and starting with the letter spacing over in your edit panel, because you keep everything still aligned and in order and nothing will be helter-skelter, so to speak. And now holidays looks good to me. So now I'm just going to draw the box around holidays to select it all and group it together. So now holidays is all grouped together again, and so is happy. And that's how you download fonts into your system files, and then it automatically uploads it into Design Space. And it's most beneficial if you're not even logged into Design Space when you're ready to load system fonts onto your computer, because there's no waiting, there's no rebooting, there's no clearing caches, nothing, because once it becomes into your system files, downloaded and uploaded into your system files, then it automatically comes over into Design Space. Hope you find this video helpful, and good luck downloading the fonts that you want to use within Design Space. Have a great day. Cheers!